Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet, and welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where today you get an extra healthy side helping of persimmon pudding. Man, it's been years since I've had that, but I love it. It's good.
Banned.
It's good.
Banned.
With me, as you can hear and see now, is Alex.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we, darlings?
And we have a special guest on the way. If they can figure out their technical issues, at least he's special to me, and I'll just leave that to when he shows up for you to know who that is. So stick around.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get in since before I started, but they're having technical issues. So, Cryptic, go sit in the corner. He ain't that dark. What are you talking about? Good grief.
He's being very rude to me today.
Alex is whiter than I am. Are you kidding me?
We'll test our genes against each other, shall we? I am still here. I'm just standing up for a moment.
Yeah. You just want to show off that black booty, don't you?
There's not enough there, sir. There's not enough there. It's no, I'm going to turn that off. So I'm sorry, I'm just messing with things. Oh my God. It's all right. I'm not dead. I'm alive.
Oh, good grief.
Oh, had to put my phone on the charge. Oh God, these headphones are so long, they're going to be the death of me.
Real quick, thank you, Willie Billy the Hillbilly, for the donation. Alex, you should green screen onto your headphones.
I don't have the correct browser to be able to do that with StreamYard.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Shio was here early, grilling Pirate Pete, who's living up to his name and grilling some chicken and pork and drinking beer and eating chips. Hey, Jay Porters, Terabub, of course, Willie Billy, Iceman Northland, Clinton Whitaker. Hey, what's going on, guys?
And the Kiever Dam. I died. If we could all stand in prayer for me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Yeah, rip Alex.
I died. So what's on the itinerary?
Just whatever. As usual, just whatever comes around. Like I was I can start it off just like I was telling you just before the stream started. I've downloaded Skyrim again and haven't played it yet because I've been too busy downloading mods for it. But
Of course. But that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like you have to load it up first and then close it and then do the mods then, and then you've got to run loot to ensure the mods are in the correct order. Otherwise, the game will explode. Yeah. And then you've got the fun task of playing it.
Yeah, and there's other programs you can use as well, like Rybash, which makes batch files and stuff like that, depending on how deep you want to get into it. And,
I've always just done the Nexus mod manager followed by loot. That has usually been a stable enough thing for me, but I haven't played Skyrim in quite some time.
I haven't downloaded Rybash this time. I'm going to try it without it because it's just an extra step. I mean, I understand what it does, and it does a good job of doing that. But I'm also using Finis 4's. Oh, I forget what it is. It's animations. Like it changes their walking animation and stuff like that.
He changed all the women to walk sexily.
Exactly.
In an alluring manner.
Well, I just want them to walk like women instead of bow-legged men, which they do in vanilla Skyrim.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I quite enjoy the immersion mods.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I've been downloading. Like I just downloaded one that makes you look wet when it's raining and snow gets on your hair if it's snowing and that kind. But a lot of what I've been downloading is just to make it look better, more immersive, Downloaded some animations.
I like the mods that adds a little bit more in terms of immersion. I like the ones that are they're like kind of like add-ons, like town add-ons, but they're for immersive purposes. So like one of my favorite mods to play, and I like to role play because I'm a kinky. I like to download the Cataxia's Cider House mod. And that basically gives you a cider house outside of Whiterun, and you can upgrade it, and you can serve food, and you have to ferment apples. You have to go through a fermenting process and everything, and you have to buy bottles to bottle up the cider. It's quite the process. You can hire staff as well. You have to pick your apple trees, and you can upgrade those parts, and you can make a lot of money, but it's quite a long process. But I like it. I mean,
I've completed the game 100 times with different characters, you know. So I just like to play with the mods now, and it gives me something to do. And
there's plenty of quest mods.
Yeah.
You know what mod? Did you ever play that gigantic mod I told you about?
No.
The Gallery of the Dragonborn, it's called.
No, I don't think I have. No.
It's massive, Bloodwing, but it's so big and it's so integrated into the vanilla Skyrim. It basically rewards you more for completing various quest lines. So you get sent a letter when you reach a certain level, and they've opened up this museum, and it's in fuck me, I can't remember the city. The city up the top far west, northwestern city. The big one?
Yeah.
What's it called?
God, it's been so long. Like I said, I haven't even played it yet. I've just been downloading mods. It's been so long since I played, I can't remember.
Basically, if you walk out of the Blue Palace, and it inserts this, very natural looking building.
Windhelm?
No, the west.
Yeah.
West north.
Yeah, I
Solitude.
know.
Thank you, Brilliant Pirate Piece. Solitude. It inserts a museum there. When you first go in there, the place is empty. And it's got a fully voiced, very well voice acted NPC, high elf in that. And he's like, if you go out and collect things, and we can do this and that. And then you basically, like, it almost has a space for almost every single item in the game, including all of the items that it introduces as well. And you can also open up your own guild through them as well, called the I believe it's the Expedition Guild, and you hire people to go out on expeditions and stuff with you, and it's all integrated with Moonpath to Elsewhere, which is one of the bigger quest mods, if you've ever played it. And another, I think there's 3 large quest mods from the community that are fully integrated into it. It has its own quest and everything, and you don't have to obviously put the items, the legendary weapons in there. Once you get the legendary weapon, you can make a replica of it, and then put it in there effectively, including all the Elder Scrolls, like every special named knife, sword, battle axe, piece of armor, every type of armor.
Mostly what I've downloaded now is, like I said, things that make it look better, more realistic weather. I've downloaded some armors. They don't replace the armor, the vanilla armor, but they're extra. Like I said, done Finis, which works with your animations, and every mod that you do with Finis, you've got to. It actually runs as a separate program inside of your mod organizer or your whatever you use.
Yeah,
you have to run it every time you install one that uses it, but which is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But a couple of followers, new followers, downloaded that. I've spent more time looking than downloading, actually.
You do, though. You do.
Looking and and seeing what there is. I did download one which, by default you can only have 2 kids.
Yeah.
I downloaded one that expands that to 6.
Yeah.
And then with it downloaded a mod where if you get married, your wife can actually get it puts her on a monthly cycle, and she can actually get pregnant.
I like
carries this little baby around for a while until it grows up into a kid, and they actually take your last name. They get the last name of not Dovahkiin, but Dova something, which means son of the dragon.
Dover Dave.
Something. I don't remember, but yeah.
I've
just been tinkering.
You should look at Legacy of the Dragonborn, mate. I think you'd like it a lot.
Yeah, I've just been taking it category by category. And I haven't got to that part yet.
It's very unlikely that you'll find it just by wandering through. You have to, because I tried looking for it the last time. I was like, I want it again. I want to play it again. But I ended up having to search for the bloody thing specifically, because you know how the Nexus mod manager is. Not the mod manager, the website is.
Yeah.
Yes, a pain in the bloody backside, but yeah. But I also, as I told you, I also like Markarth. No, that's southwesterly. I also quite like Markarth as well. I enjoy the missions there very, very much. And I'm being interrupted, no doubt, by my offspring. Hello, can I come in? What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing?
Can I have a Worcestershire sauce?
Could I have a Worcestershire? BRB.
All right. Lincas is a city earlier. Marquette. No, he likes Marquette, but he said it was Solitude, I think is what they decided on. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've looked at that map. I used to know it by heart. I played it so much. We are still waiting for my special guest to sort out their technical issues, so I keep watching for them over on the StreamYard page. Anyway, chat. Since it's just me and you at the moment, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I mean, I know it's only Tuesday, the day before, but it's the day before Hump Day. The week's almost half over. Hi, Becca, Luna K.
Yeah, taking my cane.
I hear you. Yeah, in the house, I almost never used my cane, and there were times that I nearly fell down. It just got in the way more than it helped in my small little domicile.
Mate, I've nearly fallen over this thing outside more than what I have inside. It's the last couple of days have been pretty good. Today has been a slow degradation. And hello to you, Becca. I hope you're well, darling.
I hope
you're good.
Let me ask you, has Alfie wanted to play with it?
Oh, of course he has. Of course he has. He's like, oh, look, I'm a cripple. Like, oh, look, I'm an old man. It's like, you do that again, mate, and I'm going to take that stick off you and crack you with it.
Yeah. Every time I would get around my grandkids with it, they'd pass it around. They'd all have to play with it. And, of course, Bulldozer would end up using it like it was a gun.
Yeah,
but
to be fair, I've also used it like a gun. I'm okay. Thank you very much, Becca, for asking.
I'd hand it to him and say, now, you hit somebody or something with that, I'm taking it away.
Mm-hmm.
No hitting. Because my cane's pretty hefty. It's pretty hefty.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine. By the way, did Bulldozer have a good birthday?
As far as I could tell, we called and I don't know what you would call it. It's the app through Facebook, but like FaceTime,
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, and talked with him like that, and he seemed to be having a good day.
Good. I'm glad. Have you, at some point soon, you'll have to get up there, man. When the quarantine's over, go visit.
Yeah. If I can get my truck fixed. My wife and I have been discussing it, and we think we've got enough money saved up between what I've got and then what we've got in the bank to get it fixed. Now I just got to figure out how. And the big question is going to be, can I do it myself? I mean, I know how, but can I physically? And I'm not sure about that.
Oh.
Well, it's, putting a mask cylinder on will probably hurt me some because it's kind of hunkering over the hood.
Yeah,
but it's going to be the starter is going to be the killer, because the only way I've got to do it is to crawl in the middle of a gravel driveway, lay on my back, and hold my arms over the air until I get it off, and then back on. So it's going to be an adventure. The real butt pain is going to be that window, though. That one's going to be aggravating.
Which reminds me, ladies and gents, if you'd like to help Bloodwing get his car window fixed so that he might go and visit his grandchildren when the quarantine's over, you can donate to him right now via streamlabs.com/bloodwing/tip. Just the tip, ladies and gents. The link is in the description and in the chat. And I have a tremor.
Well, I have those all the time, so
it's annoying.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's accompanied by quite a lot of pain, admittedly.
Yeah, when part of my job if I work the second shift before I go home, I have to count all the cigarettes. I've mentioned it before, and it all has to be written down on this sheet that's made just for that. And my hands by that point of the night are shaking so bad. I'm surprised my manager can even read it.
Bless him. Bless him. But yeah, I've been all right, mate. This is day 3 of better than what I've been.
Well, good. I've seen on Twitter. I have, and that's part of what the title is about. I'm blissfully unaware. I've not been on Twitter today at all, except to talk to the person that's my special guest in DMs. I haven't even been in my timeline at all today. And you know what? It's nice.
Agree.
But yeah. I did see, though, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where you were talking about how you'd been feeling better lately.
Yeah, the last couple of days have been really good. It's been 3 days in total. So the first day I felt amazing. There was the typical pain, joint pain and stuff like that, but
sure,
you don't notice that when you're feeling bloody good. I felt so good that I was literally jumping around in the kitchen. I jumped up and did a heel click.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, yeah!
And he didn't fall down after?
Didn't even fall on my face, sir. Didn't even fall on my face. Yesterday, I also felt pretty good, but it only lasted 6 hours yesterday, much to my displeasure. Before my leg started shaking violently again, and the pain, and the today is downhill again. So I imagine it'll probably go back to what it was, wibbly wobbly, because I've had violent legs today as well. So yeah, it's annoying. I have a fat tongue.
Thank you, Tara Bub, for the donation over on Streamlabs to add to the fund X. Thank you.
Isn't she lovely?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't she lovely?
Good of you. Thank you. Quinn the Cultist, how you doing? And yeah, I was surprised to see you show up at my game stream Sunday night.
Yeah, I seen it. Did it?
I figured you'd be asleep.
No, I barely sleep now, mate. I get roughly some days are better than others. I'll get anywhere between 3 to 6. The last couple of days I've been able to get around 6. But yeah, I've been going to bed and one of the things that gets me is that people, like what I'm about to say, people are like, oh, of course you've got tons of energy. You're not moving that much. Yeah, but doing anything now it fatigues me quite badly. So you think I would sleep, but no, I don't sleep. I don't sleep very well at all. If I manage to, I eventually pass out anywhere between 5 and 6 a.m.
TOS is my post disappeared for a great heavy duty cane. Check out Unbreakable. Yes, that is an X. It's all metal, breakdown, and handles weight as well.
Thank you, sir. TOS has been very good. He replies to me quite often on the Twitter when I talk about that's not a cane. That's an army shovel. And it looks mean as well, like meaner than the kit I've seen before. You kill someone with that.
That's what you want.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. And if you need to dig a hole.
Mine looks very much like the one that my avatar is carrying there. It's just an old shepherd hook, wooden cane, but it's very, very thick. It's thicker than most.
Holy shit. Can I show you these, Bloodwing?
Sure.
Because holy shit, TOS. Oh my god, these are mean. There you go. They got bayonets inside them. Well, they're not even bayonets, are they? I mean, that one's like a fish hook. That one's just really angry version of a bayonet without an air pocket, and that one's just torture device, I think. Wow, TOS, have you got one of these, mate? Like, they're mean. Look at them.
Oh, looky here.
Are we being joined by a wild J kid?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir.
Good.
You get it figured out, I guess.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you, huh?
Nope.
Real quick, thank you, Pincalo, for the donation and the hot dog emoji or whatever you call those. So,
Emote.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, my special guest today is J Kid. And for those of you who don't know, if any of you don't know, I'm surely by now everybody knows, is my real life son.
Hello.
Being replaced.
It's an upgrade.
See, I told you he would.
Yeah.
Come in and start playing me.
As soon as I told him you were coming on before the stream started, he said, oh, he's gonna come in here and flame me.
I would never.
Mm-hmm.
So how you been, boy?
Going out, hugging people.
You wouldn't even do that if there wasn't a COVID virus.
Well, see, now social distancing is the thing, so going out and hugging people would kind of be the asshole thing to do. That's kind of right up my alley.
Mm.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I would come with you, but
Way over there across the pond.
Yeah, you send a boat over, I can paddle. I'll get one. I'm sure there's an attachment for those Mark 1 walking sticks I've just been looking at. I'm sure I can get like a paddle attachment. I can use that to get myself over the pond, and B, spank a bitch. So there's that.
Piccolo says, now Bloodwing, let's be realistic. We all know the true special. Yes, it is. Alex, and by special, we mean capital R.
Hey! Hey.
Or special.
Special.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good, sweet boy. Promise.
So, J Kit, son, you've been playing any games lately, or
No,
no?
I haven't played anything in, I don't know, a month and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been glutton on games because during the COVID, Steam just had, they had fantastic sales.
Oh, as well, I did share the Twitter last night, but you've not been on Twitter. Humble Bundle has a massive sale on right now for games.
Yeah.
Shit tons of them. So if anyone's interested in getting some cheap shit, humblebundle.com, guys. It's also a great place for getting software, especially if you're a content creator. I bought Vegas Pro 14 and 15 from there for like £15. So they're really cheap, really cheap.
But I've got so many new games, I haven't even played them all yet. I've got at least 2 games I haven't even played yet. They've just been sitting there. I got them, downloaded them, ain't played them yet.
I've got one of those.
Well, you haven't played Ark yet, have you?
Nope. And that's the game I spent the most money on.
Yeah.
Yeah, games, comics, books, courses in how to code. Looking at you, journalists. The software, audio, video, animation, it's all on Humble, but there's tons of shit on Humble Bundle. And they have a new like set of deals each week. It's a pretty decent website. They tend to be partnered with like Steam and stuff. So like if you buy a game on there and it goes through to Steam, don't be surprised.
Cryptic, who you trying to kid? You can't read. You don't buy no books.
You can't see.
Yeah. And my eyes is too squinty.
It's like that. I'm allowed to give him shit, by the way. The amount of abuse he gives me, like daily.
Sure.
Exactly. Like he deserves it.
If I didn't give Cryptic crap, he'd think I was mad at him. That's the truth.
I haven't played a game with you, either of you, actually,
No.
or Cryptic in some time. I think the last game I played with Cryptic was Raft.
I don't have that one. I did look at it. I was looking at it.
I think it's come a long way. They've made huge changes to it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the deets, though. Don't know the details of it, but apparently they've added loads of stuff to it. It's a fun game to play with friends. It's annoying to play on your own.
Yeah, that's the impression I got looking at it. And I've seen people play it. Like I've seen Neebs play it. And
I'd like Neebs to come back and do that again.
Yeah. By the way, Thick has released a part 2 to his 7 Days to Die song.
Yes, I've listened to it. Yeah. He's been doing a lot of music on his own channel.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a guitar player.
Yeah, he is.
He uploads like little clips of his videos to Instagram. So every so often I see him and he's rocking out, and I'm like, oh, go listen to that, and I go to his YouTube channel.
I didn't know. I knew that he had spent some time acting. You know, I'd picked that up through watching their podcasts and stuff. But I didn't know he'd acted in anything. But I guess he used to be a semi-regular on the old show. What was it? One Tree Hill? Is that the one?
Really?
Yeah.
One Tree Hill, damn.
When he was a very young person. And he showed the picture on Twitter once, and he says, look at that young face. And I couldn't help it. I posted, he didn't reply, but I posted back, look at that hair. He's bald, look at all that hair.
Yeah, because he's boy. He's an upside down head, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a beard thing going on.
Yeah, Neebs Gaming, as usual, is one of the few things keeping me sane of late. Yeah, I look forward to their videos when they come out. Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. It's okay. I only take a quarter offense to your jabs. I think that was directed at you, Alex.
No, it wasn't. And can you check your stream Labby Dabby Doodahs as well, please, mate?
Yeah.
As I believe Luna sent you some dib dobs.
Oh, sure did. Thank you, Luna, for the donation. Fix your car, see the children, eat the children. Oh, wait. With my grandkids, it's probably more likely they'd eat me before I get a chance to eat them. Are you kidding me?
Well, there's a lot. There's quite a few of them.
There's a bunch. They outnumber me by a lot. There's 10.
Yeah, you bring back the cane then.
Just to protect myself.
Yeah.
Down.
If anything. I'd like to see Neebs bring back Raft. I'd like to see them get rid of a couple things though. Like, what's that car game where they build the cars and shit?
Scrap Mechanic.
Yeah, is that what they play? Is it Scrap Mechanic?
Yeah.
I don't enjoy those.
They haven't done a Scrap Mechanic video in a long time, although they're probably about to, because Scrap Mechanic has now come out with a new survival mode that looks pretty good.
I've actually been watching their Minecraft videos, which I find preferable to the GTA videos that they've been doing.
They've actually been pretty funny, mostly because of Absro. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, they did a Scrap Mechanic a week ago and 5 days ago. Yeah.
Sean DW says, "Oh my God, Jake It is on." Yeah,
I am.
He is.
First time on Redneck Radio, I think.
I think you're right. I can't remember you being on it. You were on my, of course, the NFL streams, but that's been a while.
Well, yeah, and that was just because you needed somebody who knew what they were talking about.
The German's not here to take offense to that, J-Kid.
I'd say it if he was.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. Like I can go get him.
That's actually one of the reasons those streams worked as well as they did was if it wasn't J-Kid, it was me and both of us.
There's always banter.
Yeah. Like, are you stupid? Like, but, and of course, I'll try not to get off on the football, but you get me and J-Kid together, that's hard to do.
Probably in Germany, Kieverdam. Ask him where he's been.
Probably in a basement. Yeah. Getting more neck beardy.
Now, from what I've gathered on his Twitter, seriously though, is he's been spending a lot of time announcing e-racing. He's really into it, so.
But he's not streaming on Twitch anymore, is he?
Not that I'm aware of. I think he's give up on Twitch. He got pretty upset at him.
Yeah, I know he got very, very upset. And I understand why. Twitch is a cruel mistress of a platform. It's very hard to stand out on there.
Well, it's hard enough sometimes on YouTube to stand out.
Well, yeah. No. You should have started streaming again when the quarantine started, but just did something else.
But yeah, no. He's been the Badger Boy's been busy. He's just been he announces e-racing, and I guess he does pretty good at it because he's listed up in the upper tier of their announcers from because he'll retweet stuff, and so from what I follow, what I gather.
They must have been desperate.
Well, he does speak pretty good English for a German, so.
I'm just messing.
He sounds Canadian.
He definitely doesn't have a British accent, which most Germans tend to do because they tend to learn British English, it seems like. But his is more American.
I've noticed he sounds, you've streamed with Newfie.
Yeah.
He sounds exactly like Newfie. Exactly like Newfie. It's weird. And Newfie's a dirty Canadian. Yeah. Sometimes his accent has slipped a little. And he'll, every once in a while, he'll come up and not be able to come up with the right English word for it. And that happens. But he does a heck of a lot better than I do trying to speak German. That's for sure. The only thing I can say in German is Essen mein Scheiße untergehen. And 1, 2, 3. That's about it, really.
9.
9.
9. 9.
I try to pretend like I'm singing along to Rammstein lyrics, but I have no idea what they're saying. I'm fairly sure I'm also butchering the pronunciation of what they're trying to say. I think the best ones is Mutter, and Du hast. That's it. I can't do anything else.
It's more than I can do.
Am I being interrupted by my offspring again? Hello? Oh God! Can I come in? What do you want? Boy, it is chill down time. Oh yeah, there's a shock. Give me snacks. BRB.
Okay. Deck Train, yeah, he does sound more American, and I've asked him about it, and the reason is he learned most of his English by watching American TV. So, yeah, and American sports. So. Yeah. Okay. So, you and I, son, are going to be playing some games later today.
Yep.
Hopefully, and
did you install it?
Yeah, I reinstalled it. We're gonna play some Civ 6 because I just haven't got the hang of that game yet. So he's gonna try to help me out. It's so much different than the previous entries in the Civ pantheon, if you will, that I just can't get the hang of it.
It's basically a whole new game minus the combat.
Yeah. Now lately, I've been getting into a lot in.
Yes, you are.
Oh, what is it called? Warhammer, Total Battle, Warhammer. You'd probably like some of the games in Total Battle, in the Total Battle series. There's a lot of them, but I've been playing the Warhammer one because I just got it so darn cheap on. They had it on sale. I got one of them.
Steam.
Yeah, I got one of them for free. Actually, they sent after I bought that, they sent me an email and said, "Well, since you bought this, you can get this one for free." So I thought, okay. I'll take free.
We don't say no to free things.
But it's a battle sim and, real time. And it's, yes, I know, Deck Train, you tell me that every time, but it's like $60. And I don't have the money to spend $60 on a game right now. Now, if it goes on sale and comes down drastically, I'll give it a shot. Because I do enjoy the one that I have. No, not 40K. It's the fantasy. But yeah, the battle's pretty cool. The graphics are not bad. You can actually zoom in from the look of somebody, one of the people in your army, from their point of view, and it's pretty cool.
I still have Total War Empire. I've not played that in a long time. Very long time.
I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it. It's hard. Got a huge learning curve. Or at least the Warhammer one does. But
I picked up a game yesterday because it was on the cheap. Railway Empire.
Yeah,
because I'm a gamer, damn it.
I just about sprung for it because I seen that it was on sale, and I'm like, and then I got to looking at the comments on it, the ratings and so forth, and it's kind of got mixed reviews.
It's mostly positive, but there aren't even that many reviews for it.
Yeah,
111. That's not many for a game, is it?
I never go by the reviews.
Well, I don't always either, and I'll look at the negative ones to see what they're complaining about, because a lot of times the negative ones are just complaining about stupid stuff, and you can just tell by what they're saying. This is a guy that doesn't know how to play the game. That's what it is.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Like, a lot of negative reviews tend to be knee-jerk reactions. Like that MMO I told you about. Hold on a minute. Oasis something or other. If you just hold on, I'm gonna add this to my wish list real quick. I don't want to lose it. Let's see if I can find it. It's called Last Oasis.
Yeah.
And when they released it, they released it during the week. And their servers shit themselves, right? And it was like, oh, fuck this game, And then when they got the server sorted, then it was all suddenly very, very good, So it's, you have to play it by ear with Steam reviews.
It seems like 9 out of 10 of the negative reviews that I see on Steam, regardless of the game, is usually, screw you, you want to charge this much for this game and it ought to be this much.
I do see that quite often. I look for the big reviews where they're quite clearly trying to be fair, because they're summing up pros and cons. They have a TLDR kind of situation going on.
What I look for are the ones that will tell you what they like about it and then what they didn't like about it.
Yeah,
and, and that's what I look for. But there's been so much. That's so many big name games, not just independent. Just big name games, just on really dirt cheap.
Well, what was it I told you was on for really cheap? It's that game, Borderlands 3. That was on for really cheap the other day.
Yeah, I got it when it was on sale. I got it, and the rest of I've got the first one, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, and the pre-sequel. Because they had it as I know, the pre-sequel, right? But it came as part of the bundle, and it was super cheap with all the DLCs by the by, except for 3, which has just now started releasing DLCs. So
Red Dead Redemption, it's 20% off at the minute, but it's still
a little salty for me.
Yeah, I'm not spending £43 on it.
Yeah.
I saw Doom Eternal was on for really cheap. That really pissed me off. I was like, I bought that full price.
Of course you did. That's my luck. Just as soon as I buy a game or something like that, it'll go on sale and they'll cut it to half price or something like that.
I know. I bought it full price twice because I bought it for the ginger stepchild as well because he has an Xbox One S, so I had to buy it for that as well as for myself. So yeah. Enjoy that £100, Bethesda, you dicks.
Yeah. Speaking of Monkey, because Sean DW says too bad Monkey isn't here, so you could tell him to shut up, J-Kid.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah. So yeah,
with reason.
With reason, exactly. Speaking of being on Steam and looking at games and everything, Monkey must own 500 games because he's my friend on Steam, and when you look at games, it will tell you who owns it over to the side, who of your friend own that game, and it's like 3/4 of the ones I look at he already owns. Like, Jiminy Christmas, Monkey, how much money you do spend on this app?
he's trying to outdo Sir Sick because he has a butt ton of games.
Like, good grief, dude! Wow. Yeah. Talk to me when you find someone on Terry's level. Over 2,000 on Steam.
What?
Not all those you can consider games.
Yeah, come on. Like you get those ones that aren't even a pound.
Yeah, like I've got one that I haven't played since I think it was me, you, and I think Dax, Alex, that play. Who's Your Daddy?
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah. I have some games I've never even played as well in my library. Or games that I only played for about half an hour because they were horrifying, Infliction, for example, and Outlast. And a couple of games I just didn't like Monster Hunter World. I never refunded it, so
I've looked at it, and they had it pretty cheap at one point, but it just didn't look like it was my thing.
It's great.
I don't know. I looked
both
at
out of
it.
your minds.
Well, I've never played it, and I've never actually watched anyone play it. So I'm just going by screenshots and what they have on their page on Steam. But
you'd probably have a difficult time playing it.
Reaction time?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'd be screwed then if it takes that. I would be screwed. Yeah, J-Kid, you and I are going to have to start an art game. I'd hate to see you spend that much money on a game and never play it.
I was all about playing it when I bought it, and I don't know what happened. Just that desire to play it just.
Well, if you get that desire back, and you still got the internet, hit me up, and if I'm not working, and well, even if I worked until we go back to regular hours, which we probably will be next week. But for the rest of this week, we close at 5 every day. It doesn't matter what day it is. So, there's still time left in the day to play games and do whatever. But J-Kid, you should play Monster Hunter World with Satsu, Deck Train says.
I should have.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what I did see, though, and they've got it on sale. They've got the whole series on sale. And I almost bought it just for the nostalgia, was Call of Duty World at War.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you and I spent a lot of time playing that game.
That was where my multiplayer began.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a game that I saw last night called Eco. And
the dolphin?
No.
Not Echo.
Yeah, it would be pronounced, even you would pronounce it Eco, not Echo. Yeah, because it seems to be a game that is focused on, I mean, the game is backed up by the United Nations and funded for science. and it's a game where you have to build like a city if you want to, and there's even you have to build an actual economy, and you can play on your own or you can play with friends or even online. And when you're building, you have to take the environment into consideration, basically. So, I mean, it sounds a lot like hippie propaganda, but it actually looks quite interesting, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Cool.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
COD World at War was really fun. It's actually still probably my favorite Call of Duty, my personal favorite. The only thing downside to it was the noob tube.
Well, that's every Call of Duty.
The noob tube and that stupid German machine gun was way OP. The grease gun, I forget what it was technically called. But yeah, that thing was way overpowered. It was fun, a lot of fun, and the single player was fun. I mean, come on, you've got Kiefer Sutherland doing some of the voice work. Come on, it was good.
2012.
Yeah.
Plague Inc. is that old. I remember.
Is it really?
I remember playing it on my phone I was on break. I used to work in an office back in 2012, and I used to sit there on my lunch break, destroying the planet. It's 8 years old.
Doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
COVID is your fault. You did it.
No. The New Age Black Plague is my fault, and then that's not a bacterial or a virus or anything like that. That's more like a weapon, because there's different scenarios that you get in Plague Inc.
Well, I'm not so sure that the COVID wasn't meant to be that either until it got away from it. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Pincon says, "Hey, you leave my patented way to beat a map in 5 minutes alone. I like my grenade launcher." Oh, the noob tube, yeah. Yeah. People start maps and they'd load up the noob tube first of all and just come out firing. There was one map, I can't remember if it was on that or if it was the next one, or it might have been on on the first Black Ops, but there was a really small map, and as soon as you'd start, everybody just throw grenades as high and as far as they could on the other side. The chances are you were going to kill somebody.
That's like every small map in every Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I used to play, locally, not online with a friend of mine, Dave. And you can't help but stream snipe your mate when it's on the same TV. You just shoot through the fucking walls, mate.
Yeah. Jake and I have played split screen a lot on different games, and there's always that. You try hard not to. You really do.
Yeah, it's unavoidable sometimes.
Yeah. In fact, I think we went through the entire Gears of War series playing split screen on the same TV. Well, maybe not the last one. We might have played that from different locations.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
Triggered. Train station renovation is now free to play. I mean, I refunded it, so I got like an hour and a half out of it, I suppose, before I refunded it. But
dang you, Alex, you're gonna make me wake the wife up, and she's not gonna be happy.
Drug Dealer Simulator's on for free.
What? Drug Simulator?
Drug Dealer Simulator.
I could just go outside for that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I guess it's a demo. But I would like to give the demo a go. Oh no! Fuck! I don't want to play it. I just want to install it for later.
Oh, we played a heck of a lot of zombies. Who was that in reply to?
Delahaze.
Oh, Delahaze. Oh, yeah. One was for the zombies. Oh, we played one heck of a lot of the zombies. Just see how far you could go. I got this window. You got that window. We got this window. Run. They're in. Oh, heck yeah. That was great. Which one was it that actually had what's his name that started the whole zombie movie craze? What was that movie producer director?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know who you're on about.
Come on, chat, help me out. My
The
brain
name also escapes me.
I keep wanting to say Lucas, and it ain't freaking Lucas.
But it's George something.
Yeah, it is
Romero.
Thank you. It actually had him in the game, in the zombie. Was that the Black Ops, the first one? Maybe. You remember, son?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Romero. Yeah. Absolutely, George Romero. Yeah. How could I not think of that? I mean, he only made the movies that kicked off the whole craze.
You're asking me about horror films.
Yeah, you don't quite have my love for them. So I'm kind of alone in that. Your sister, T, she don't like them because they give her nightmares.
Alice can relate.
Yeah.
What happened? Who's dead? Who's a zombie? Me.
He said my sister can't watch the horror movies because it gives her nightmares.
I'm good with movies, mate. I can do movies.
Just not games?
I can't do the games. If I'm in control of it, then everything's gone wrong. Mate.
Oh, well, I just, I told you I just recently got Alien Isolation for $5.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I was going to say you could not play this game.
I could watch you play. I watched Bald Bloke used to be skeptic. Harmful Opinions. I used to watch his streams. And yes, I would jump scare with him because he's hilarious when he jump scares. He's like, oh my god, this is like me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so are you.
Yeah, I can't hack it like that. I'm sweating. Yeah, but my brain does a very different thing when it comes to games, Jacob. If it's a movie, I'm immersed, absolutely, but there's no immersion quite like a video game.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your level of immersion.
I remember you saying, yeah.
I wished I could feel that at least a little bit.
It was true fear, honestly. Like when I did that stream, when I played Infliction, I got up afterwards, didn't I? I turned around, you could see all the, like, my t-shirt was drenched in sweat from the back. And I actually was in pain the day after because I tensed my body so, like, almost as if, like, when you're getting you're about to get hit by someone in a car, like, you tense up. That's what my body kept doing that hard. And my next day I was in agony.
Go ahead.
I'd love to see like 10 minutes of you in a horror game with VR.
I might die.
I don't think he even made it 10 minutes in the game that I was holding his hand on
Outlast. Yeah, he made it 10 minutes.
Was it 10 minutes?
It was about 11 minutes. Come on. I did 30 minutes in Infliction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that fucking game.
The only on Alien Isolation, I haven't played through it very, very far yet. But the only part it was a cheap jump scare, because there are points in it where there are vents in the ceiling, and if you walk directly under them, the alien could be above it, and he'll knock the cover of the vent down. And it startled me. It was just a cheap startle, but that's the only one. There's even a part where it's the slow elevator thing. Is just a take on the slow elevator. You know how in a horror game, the monster or the bad guys come in and you're trying to get the elevator and you're tapping the button. Movies do it all the time.
Chat, as the older brother, it is my job to wish these things upon Alex.
You should see the things he's done to his sisters.
And my wife.
What did you do?
I'm just scaring her for fun.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Fair. I mean, this is the boy that took years ago when they were small. I bought both the girls. They were popular at the time. They were called water babies.
Water babies.
and they were little newborn-sized babies that you filled with water, and it made them kind of feel weird, they felt weird, but kind of real, and gave them heft and so forth. And he comes up with the bright idea. He's going to play doctor with a real needle.
I made a fountain.
A fountain of blood?
Water.
Okay.
Yeah. So there went the water babies, which weren't cheap, folks.
That needle said otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that when I grew up, I kind of grew up like an only child because both my sisters were a lot older than me. I think I was maybe 1 or 2 when my mum finally kicked both of them out, and they were old enough to be kicked out. So I grew up like an only child. So I'm really glad. Yeah, I'm really glad of it because they would have been bastards to me, no doubt.
Well, like J-Kid, I was the oldest and the only boy. So, there wasn't any chance of me getting the sisters kicked out before I did because I was older.
I'm the baby, but I'm the only boy. So, Baba.
Yeah.
It's I believe it's the next 6 minutes birthday today.
Is it?
I believe so, yeah.
Like I said, I haven't been on Twitter or anything today at all, just to get DMs from J-Kid. That was it. I haven't even been on my timeline. And after the things that I saw yesterday morning, I ain't missing it.
Hey, cheeseburger.
Yeah. Twitter's cancer.
It is. It absolutely is. And yesterday was worse than usual. I think people are just getting bored from getting locked down. And so there's just so many people throwing out stuff that they, grenades. They know it's going to get somebody mad and they're going to come at them just so they can argue with somebody so they're not bored.
Well, that's why I tweeted out the other day. I disagree. Tweet.
Yeah. It's just, it was pitiful. And a lot of these people are people that I follow and usually respect, And I'm like, good grief, what's the matter with you people? Cynic's birthday is today. Hey, well, happy birthday to Cynic as well. Played quite a few games with Cynic. Hi, Attack Alpaca. Now, I know you guys think I'm about to tell you I got to go to the bathroom, but that's not what I need. What I need is a cup of coffee. So
there's a shock.
Actually, you might as well go to the bathroom on the way.
While I'm up.
No doubt.
I'll be right back.
Oh, man. So, J-Kid, my dear brother, how are you?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm plugging on as usual.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I've got the spinal tap on the 4th of June.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, if I'm honest. Because everyone keeps telling me that I'm gonna have to deal with like a headache for like 3 days, and I'm not looking forward to that.
What do you need a spinal tap for?
To confirm that I have MS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that explains the cane.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't explain to you.
I didn't have any idea.
I thought your dad might have, mate. My apologies. At the start of February, in fact, to be honest, since I didn't really notice it until I started my job back in September. Joint pain in my fingers and my elbows and neck. And I just put it off as, it's just getting cold in it. Like everyone gets a bit cracky and achy when it's cold weather. But I thought, I'll go to a doctor and see what he says. And he was like, well, we can test you for arthritis. Like my mum has arthritis. I figured, it's probably the onset of arthritis or something. And I can just deal with it with, painkillers and bit of heat treatment, maybe. I don't know. Got tested and they found a high concentration of the antibodies they look for when they do it. So I was like, so it probably is the onset of it. So I ignored it. And then the pain got really bad in January. And I was like, went back to my doctor and I said to him, can we test me again? And he was like, yeah, of course we can. So we did a blood test, came back negative. And just like, okay, so it just must be the cold then. And then the first week of February, I was off on my 4 nights off from work, and I felt really dizzy. And I put this off as standard because I take ADHD medication,
Right.
And that's just like a standard side effect. And it lasted a lot longer. Like you can usually deal with it by stuffing my face. Like I'd get up, I'd wobble to the kitchen, I'd go get a load of food, and I'd shovel it down my throat, and then I'd feel better. But it didn't go away. And then I was putting Alfie to bed, and when I was putting him to bed, I lost the ability to speak.
Oh man!
And I was like, you know, I was like,
What, like you had a stroke?
Yeah, that's what we thought it was. So, you know, I just about made it downstairs. The left side of my face drooped ever so slightly. Not enough for it to look like a stroke, but it was enough to go, there's something wrong. And the left side of my body drooped as well. And so the missus, she got on the phone to the NHS helpline. She explained it to them, and they were like, we think your husband's having a stroke. So they sent out rapid response. They turned up, they did all the tests that they do, and I was able to push back against them, did all like the balancing tests and stuff like that. And they were like, well, it's not a stroke, it's not a TIA, not a mini stroke. So we were like, I don't know. He was like, do you want to go to hospital? And I was like, no. I was like, I do not want to go to hospital.
That was one of my off Twitter days, and Dax, who has my phone number, as do you, but he's all over my phone like, Alex, they think Alex had a stroke. And he's all like, oh, and I'm like, oh crap, what the heck, man? I can't even take a day away from Twitter. Not the world falling apart.
Yeah, it was a bit scary for me, and I was like, nah, I'm probably just tired. It's probably just a side effect of the ADHD medication. It's got to be something to do with that. The next day, it got worse. I pretty much all but lost the ability to walk. I was shaking violently. My face drooped a little bit more, and I couldn't speak properly. The aphasia was really like, I was talking like this, and like I uploaded a video onto Twitter, and people could see like, what the fuck's, and the day after that, actually, my accent completely changed without me forcing it, which was also really bizarre. So I went up to hospital. They did a CT scan, which was quite the fight to get them to do that, might I add, right? And they found 2 abnormalities on the brain. And the doctor was like, it's probably MS. And I was like, oh, winner. So he put me in for an MRI. Went to the MRI 2 weeks later. Got a dirty look off the nurse. Don't know why. They did it. They gave it back to the doctor. Neurologist called me 2 weeks ago now, and they were like, it's MS. It looks a lot like MS in accordance with your symptoms and signs and symptoms. So I've got to have the lumbar puncture to confirm it, and then after that, because I already have the referral, is go to the MS clinic, and then they'll decide what type of MS it is.
Jesus. So it came on quick, huh?
Oh, it came out of nowhere, mate. I was perfectly fine. Next thing you know, I can't sleep, and I'm having to walk around with a cane. I'm falling over. I'm falling up the stairs.
Now, the type that your sibling has, did it hit them that quickly?
Not in the same way. No, not in the same way. But it's different for everyone. See, MS typically affects women. Like 2/3 of MS sufferers in the UK, I think it's like 100,000 people in the UK have it. It's mostly women. And for mostly women, they tend to get the relapsing remitting and the secondary progressive types. But my brother, who was a female at the time when MS struck, didn't get relapse remitting or secondary progressive. He got primary progressive, which is the nasty one. The one that takes your legs from you, gives you seizures, gives you massive vertigo when you're sleeping, so you wake up vomiting, that kind of thing. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm having a remission period right now, but I couldn't say for sure.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm just glad you're feeling better.
But it's nice to have a couple of days where I do feel better, mate.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you have relapse remitting, there's a lot more they can do for that. There's a lot more. There's tons of treatment for that now. You know, if the medication, like the tablets and stuff don't work, they can give you transfusions. Not transfusions, infusions. Which does a lot for many people. I don't know if it works for everyone, but from what I've heard of different MS sufferers, they are able to live a very, very comfortable, normal life and can go to work and everything. Because that's the thing with this J Kid. It stole my ability to drive, which really pissed me off. My work has been good with me, though. I still have my job.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so...
I don't believe in the whole prayer thing, but well wishes to you.
I of course appreciate that, man. I just want to go back to work, J Kid. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
And you's enjoying that job too.
It's a good job. It's fairly like, because the area I live in, like I live up north, mate. So like the average wage, like entry level, isn't very good.
Right.
And the wage round for this job is pretty decent, and the job's good. You know, I do 4 on, 4 off, 4 on, 4 off. You know, if I book 4 days, if I book 4 of my night shifts off, that's 12 days off. So I mean, it's perfect, really.
Hopefully, it all works out.
I hope so as well. I hope so. But if it doesn't, then I don't know what will happen from that point. I guess I'll just pull up my big boy pants and just get on with it, because I'll have to. I ain't driving an automatic. You can get fucked.
Ain't nothing wrong with driving an automatic.
I'm not
make me get on a plane and come over there and whip you into shape.
Mate, the only way that I know how to stave it off properly, it's not CTE, Dectran. As many blows as I've had to the head, it's not CTE.
No more damage could be done.
No more, exactly. No more damage can be done, my friend. If anything, a hammer to the head would probably improve. But yeah, some of the myelin sheath that protects your nerves is eroded away, basically. So I don't know what they can do about that. So we'll have to see what happens. But the reason why I can't drive, because technically I could get behind the wheel right now and I'd probably be okay. But I've become extremely light sensitive. Not to when lights turn on, but when lights turn off. Bizarre, isn't it? The lack of light it makes me extremely dizzy, and I'm not convinced that I wouldn't crash my car.
So it's like a severe case of night blindness.
Yes, it's all right. Like when I go to bed, the second I close that door, it's not good. Like I have to lean forward like this, and I have to reach out for the bed, then sit on the bed, and take clothes off, and then get in like that.
Get you a nightlight.
I'll get a lantern, you know. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I've just been trying to get on with it.
Yeah, and that's basically all you can do. Just go on. Deal with whatever life hands you.
I mean, at first I wasn't taking it very well, as you can imagine. But
oh yeah, nobody would.
Yeah, I had a few moments, embarrassing moments, but you know, no matter what happens, as long as it doesn't take away my ability to use the toilet by myself, I just get on with it.
I can't think of anybody who'd be like, yes, MS.
Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I ain't having a catheter. They can get to fuck.
They're not fun.
No. I know they can go through the stomach now, but I guarantee you, like, if I ever lose my bladder control, they're gonna say, like, we're gonna have to go through that way before we set you up through the belly. And I'm gonna be like, no, you're not. No.
Yeah, it's not fun. And when you see them pull it out and you're like, that thing was up my wiener. No.
Wiener.
I ain't about that life. I'm not doing that. I'd prefer to get a needle and inject my own bladder with steroids.
Ooh.
Yeah, to be honest, than stick anything up my dick hole.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much choice. They put mine in while I was knocked out.
That's naughty, that is.
Yeah, I woke up with it. So.
Did you feel it? Like, did you notice
No.
immediately?
No, the only time I knew that it was there is when it got clogged, and then it was backing up, and I had told the nurse, I said, I think there's something wrong with this catheter because I think I'm wetting myself here. And you couldn't stop it because the catheter takes all that away from you, your ability to be able to hold it because it goes past your prostate and all that. But like, I don't think this is right. I'm getting wet.
Oh no, poor Bloodwing.
Yeah.
Hey, he's just laid there, soaked in his own urine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, laugh, boy. Go ahead, laugh.
I did.
What it was is it got clogged with blood clots because they had trouble getting it in, I guess, and got me bleeding up in there, and it got blocked. So not fun at all. Not something I look forward to going through anytime soon.
Unholy Reaper, that is rude, sir. Rude. I've been fine, thank you very much. Did you get the early access video earlier, mate? Because he's a patron. He's a good boy.
Attaboy.
Yeah. I did release it earlier on. It was about I'm Alex. He's a piece of shit. I don't know how he hasn't been cancelled yet. I don't know how.
Was that the TLDR of the video?
Well, yeah. To be honest, yeah. The tilde of the video is that he has made another false accusation against somebody.
That's a name I haven't heard in forever.
Tilde.
Yeah. Kind of went off the radar, didn't he?
Video got demonetized as well. After obviously Bloodwing wasn't aware of this, but YouTube has brought in something called self-certification for if you're monetized. So when you upload your video now, you do your title, you do your description, your tags, and you upload your thumbnail, and then you have to turn monetization on manually, and then you go along to the next one, and you have to basically you get given a bunch of options that cover the things that could get you demonetized, basically. So the first one, I think, is language. And you get 3 choices, in this video you use light profanity or whatever, and then there's a bit more harsh, and then there's the more harsh third option, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, like sexual content, guns, violence, and controversial topics at the bottom, and you have to select the ones that you believe are in the video. And then the idea of that is if you get it right, then YouTube will build a trust with you. But they don't trust me because the human reviewers are pieces of shit. And they keep forgetting that these human reviewers will often have their own bias because they are usually single mums from all around the world.
Don't call me Karen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they demonetized my video calling these anti-vaxxers Karens,
Yeah.
My shit was backed up by facts, and they still demonetized me after I requested a review. So
nobody cares about facts.
No. And logic.
What's that?
I don't know. That's what I renamed my testicles. Facts and logic. Oh, TOS, did you reply? Oh no, I replied, TOS. I replied, mate. He showed. Got it. When I say this out loud, he showed me his cane. No, not his penis. He showed me his cane. I'm not even going to say what I said because then you're going to turn it around into a gay pun.
Who would do that?
Once I get back to making Redneck track again, it sounds like I'm going to have a lot to do because, I don't curse, but there is some somewhat sexual content in it, and there's definitely guns.
Well, it's the thing is though, it's gaming though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can't remember the options that they give you for the firearms thing. But when you do it, just read through all of it carefully, and then you should be all right, really.
Yeah, because it was one of the few things I could count on to staying monetized, as long as I stayed away from copyrighted content.
I wouldn't even bother clicking the firearms bit because it's not firearms. It's lasing.
Pew, pew.
It's pew pews. It's phasers. Laser weapon, not even real weapons. So
half of YouTube would have given up by now if that was the case.
Yeah. Plus, like, I'm sure there's different. Well, I'm fairly sure there are different standards for gaming.
Yeah, I actually used the gaming tag for my stream, the game stream I did Sunday night for the first time ever. I've never thought to even list it as that, but I did that one.
I mean, can you call what you do gaming?
Well, I try.
He does this his bestest.
Is there a trying tag?
No. And look, I admitted it freely during the stream itself. Nobody comes there to watch me play games good. They come to watch just like the same reason they watch a NASCAR race. They watch for the wreck. They come to watch me die. Over and over again.
I don't think you died when I turned up.
No, I was in a good stretch there.
You're a bad luck then.
Yeah.
You're ruining the show, Alex.
Sorry.
I was in a good stretch. The last one I'd done previous to that, though, there was a part where I tried to take on, I'm playing BioShock. Tried to take on a Big Daddy, as you do, because you want to get that little sister and do your thing. And
are we talking about a game here or like BDSM?
It does make me uncomfortable. That part has always made me uncomfortable. Even though I don't kill the little girls, I always save them.
Yeah.
I always use that option, but they're like, no, and they're beating your hands and pushing you away. No. I'm like, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like this.
They're Catholic.
But anyway, in order to get to that part, you got to kill the Big Daddy that's protecting her, and that's easier said than done often. And it kept killing me, and I kept coming back. It's just like, I'm stubborn. I'm going to get you, boy. You may kill me 6 times, which I think it did, but I'm going to kill you eventually.
Gaming. Does Bloodwing have an alter ego? Well,
no, it's on this channel, and I call it's just gaming.
Sean giving you some shit there in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him. He's up his game, though.
Bloodwing doesn't sound Asian.
Unless you say it, Bloodwing!
A Bloodwing.
A Bloodwing.
Be Broadwing, wouldn't it?
Broadwing.
Broadwing. That's how Cryptic would say it.
Yeah. No, I'm not too convinced that he can spell, but it's Tuesday today, isn't it?
It is all day long.
All day long.
It's almost hump day, which means the week is almost half over for most people. Not me. My week's about to start soon. I'm off tomorrow and then go back Thursday. And I know I work through to Sunday, and I don't know after that because it's...
I'm off tomorrow too.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. And the next day and the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not looking forward to next week, though, as I've already mentioned. Probably opening the doors next week and letting people back inside, which you think would be a good thing. And I did until I found out that I have to enforce everybody wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's not going to be fun. Not looking forward to that. But
are you taking a gun or?
No, but I'm not at all joking when I say that this shop is in an area where there's more guns than people, and the people are drunk rednecks, so not a good mix there.
Oh yeah, because you're going to a bar, isn't it? So, oh God.
Yep. And once we open up, that bar will open back up, and then the drunks will be back.
Ugh. So you need a gun, then, is what you're saying?
Wouldn't hurt, probably.
Ideally, a shotgun.
Yeah.
You're probably right. It wouldn't hurt. Shaky as you are, you'd miss.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave.
Alrighty. Yeah, I figured you'd probably go about now. You got a stream going over on Twitch, do you?
Well, I'm going to go. I forgot all about Six's birthday like a donut, so I got to go on to that one first. So my Twitch stream is delayed for half an hour. And then I'm going to do my Twitch stream from past rather than on the hour like I normally do.
Real quick, before you go, Cryptic, thank you for the donation. I haven't been drunk around your shop in ages. Yeah. And then we have silence.
I was trying to figure out what the heck he's talking about.
Yeah, so was I. I was just like, what? But Dad, brother, always a pleasure. Glad to see you back as well, J-Kid.
Thank you.
Chat, have a wonderful evening, and I shall see y'all later.
Have a good stream, brother.
All right. Have a good night, boys. See you later. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. So it's just the two rednecks now.
Just the two of us.
Oh, let's see. What do we talk about now? What do we talk about? We got about a little over half an hour to go. And is that just the alert for Cryptic's donation just now come across in my earphones. So I had to check and see if it was a new one or that one.
Jim Beam, to answer your question, I wouldn't be much of a security.
No. If he saw Jake let me put it this way. If he stuck his tongue out and turned out sideways, he'd look like a zipper. Pretty much. He's a beanpole. He is a beanpole. But and that's pretty much the reason he quit doing his last job, is because he got robbed. What was it, twice?
I got robbed once,
right.
And then another guy come and threatened to kill me.
Yeah.
So I quit.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
I'm 6'1", 120, if that gives you guys an idea.
Well, I'm 6 foot and 180, so and even I'm still thin. I may not be 180 anymore. I've lost some weight since I went back to work, so I might be down to about 170.
I couldn't put meat on these bones if I tried. And I know because I've tried.
Yeah. J-Kid has to pretty much eat sitting on the toilet because it just goes straight through him. Cryptic saying, I got 35 pounds on you, yeah.
My niece almost has 35 pounds on me.
Yeah. Which one? The oldest one? Well, not the oldest one. We haven't seen her for a while, but
yeah, the oldest one probably weighs more than me.
Probably. Yeah. But the oldest one where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a short little thing. She's going to be a short little thing her whole life, I think. Little shorty, because her younger sister's about as tall as she is.
There's not much height for them to go on.
No.
Boo's not tall, and Fatty wasn't tall.
No. I'm 5'11" and 260, Sean DW says. But you got to understand that I was then not as small as J Kid, maybe, although I was when I got out of high school. Probably weighed about 125 pounds, had a 24-inch waist when I graduated high school. If you can believe that. But in my adult life, I haven't been that small in a very, very long time. Probably since I was in my mid-20s. Now I usually hover between 170 and 180, somewhere in that area. And it's mostly gut. Becca says that's quite the image. What? Sticking his tongue out and looking like a zipper? I'm not lying. I'm not lying. If he didn't stick his tongue out and turn sideways, he'd probably disappear and you wouldn't be able to see him.
It'd just be a floating ear.
Yeah. So chat for this last half hour or so, what do you want us to talk about? Come on, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to come up with something. And we've talked some about games. And I know you guys don't want us to talk about football, which we could very easily. But not all of you like football, so. Oh, that too, but I was referring to eating on the toilet. Oh, okay, Becca. Yeah. I'm not lying, though, am I, son?
No, that's completely accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs one of them bathroom setups that's got a Xbox or a PlayStation hooked up in front of the toilet.
My metabolism is far too high.
Attack Alpaca says there might not even be football this season. And
you watch your mouth.
Yeah, there's a chance, but it's really, really slim. I do keep up with it pretty good. And football season's going to go on. It's going to go on. I'm pretty sure it might be a little late. I could see that they might delay it depending on how long this goes on, because this might push back their preseason and their training camp, obviously. But yeah, the season's going to go on. It's going to go on. And they've got room at the end of it. If they need to push it back a month, then they'll be fine. So Cryptic says, it's okay. Phillip Rivers sucks and Matthew Stafford's on his last legs too. Well, I'm not real happy about having Phillip Rivers, but what are you going to do?
Clown Stafford to me all you want. I hate Stafford.
Yeah. And J Kid knows I've always hated Phillip Rivers. So it's forcing me to cheer for somebody I don't like. I don't just not like Phillip Rivers. I can't stand Phillip Rivers. But it is what it is, you know. I can't abandon my team just because they have a quarterback I don't like.
Jim Beam said music. What about music?
Yeah. Oh, I can talk about music all day long.
That'll be something that can involve everybody in the chat.
Yeah. In fact, Alex and I have often talked off and on that one of these days we're going to do a music reaction video. He and I. He's, because that I know my rock and roll. And, at least, 60s, 70s, 80s, probably up into the 90s. But he doesn't, because he didn't have what you had. He didn't have a dad around that listened to rock and roll to turn him on to.
Yeah.
And I know that he likes ZZ Top because I played the song Blue Jean Blues for him, and he loves it. He loves Blue Jean Blues. He calls it baby making music. But I was just thinking earlier today, I said, when we do our first one, we could probably do Waiting on the Bus / Jesus Just Left Chicago, because those two songs are considered one song. They're always played together. That would probably be a good one for him to hear. And chat, if you haven't heard me say so before, if you're a ZZ Top fan, there is an absolutely excellent documentary, brand new documentary on ZZ Top on Netflix. It's awesome. Very, very good. There's some live music on them that they play today. And those are Those guys are older than I am, and they still got it, man. They still rock. J Kid, do you share some of your dad's taste in music? Yes, he does, but I'll let him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most of it, I would say, most of my taste in music came from his taste in music.
Yeah, all my kids, grew up. Well, let's be fair though. It was either that or your mom's, and your mom likes the Carpenters and disco. So yeah,
that's not music.
So yeah, he's all about it. If I were to guess, I'd say one of his favorite classic artists is Alice Cooper.
Yeah, first CD I ever owned was Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yeah. And they done the same to me. They turned me on to that. Dad, you got to listen to this, or you got to listen to that, because they know what my tastes are, and they know when they hear something that it'd be something that I like, So yeah, it's.
And you grow up with something like that. It's going to be hard for you not to pick up something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think you developed my love for Rush, although you do like some Rush songs. I know you like your was it Tom Sawyer?
Yep.
Is your favorite, but and I'm not sure you developed my love for Pink Floyd. I mean, you like it fine, but
yeah, I'm not in love with it.
Not nuts about it like I am. But yeah, by and large, yeah, we are. And he'll tell you the one thing I would be good and have proved that I'm good at is don't get in a game of Trivial Pursuit if the topic is classic rock with me, because I'm going to give you a run for your money.
I went a little more pop punk as I got older.
Yeah.
Or what they call pop punk.
But my musical taste runs the gamut, and Jake will testify to this. I love, and it depends on my mood. I love bluegrass. Absolutely adore big band music, like Benny Goodman and Glenn Miller and those guys. I even like classical music, like Tchaikovsky and Beethoven and Bach and all those.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Except country.
Yeah, I went through my country phase. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I
Travis Tritt.
Travis Tritt and Garth Brooks and
whoever it was that sang Billy the Kid.
Yeah, I still got that CD. It's in the bedroom. Sean D. says, I could see J Kid listening to G.G. Allen.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, and I absolutely love the blues. I love blues rock, and I love the old school, like Muddy Waters and stuff. I love the old school blues. Very varied musical taste.
If that G.G. Allin is something new, I'm not going to know it.
Yeah.
Most new music is garbage.
Yeah. Sean says, not sure you would want to if you don't know who he is.
Okay. That tells me all I need to know.
Becca Furley says, I'm learning that I like some bluegrass. Yeah. And it's strange that I don't really care for country, but love bluegrass. But I always see bluegrass as being the middle of the country world, because it's just so busy and there's so much there and it's just so fast and upbeat and,
The way I think, or the way I see music is if somebody's into music, chances are they're going to like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If they actually listen to it.
Right.
You can't go in with a mindset that, no, this is going to suck.
Yeah. The only thing I have not, and I've tried to get into is rap. Rap and hip hop. I just can't do it. I've tried. Close to rap as I can get is maybe some old school Will Smith and MC Hammer.
Back when he was the Fresh Prince.
Yeah. That's about as close to it as I can get. and it just, I don't know, it automatically gives me a headache right off the bat. And see, that's bad because my new manager, I don't know if you're aware of this or not. I have a new manager at work. They fired my old one, and he's a black guy, and he's about 2 years younger than me, single black guy. But he comes in, he changes the radio station to WZPL, which is pop and some hip hop. And I'm like, this is my manager. I can't tell him to turn the radio off. I'm like, ah. But as soon as he leaves, because he'll leave before my shift's over, I'm over there switching it to something that plays rock. That's enough. Or I just turn it off. That's enough of that.
Some pop is good.
Yeah, but what they play on ZPL is the auto-tune crap. I mean, every song I can hear it is auto-tuned. I'm like, oh gosh, hate auto-tune. Can't stand it.
100% agree, Becca.
The new rap is trash. The best R&B and rap was in the 90s. Yeah.
That felt weird saying Becca.
Yeah. Well, we got in the argument the last stream because Alex is saying, why do you Americans pronounce it Tara when it's Tara? It's Tara. It's a Scottish name. It's Tara. Because my daughter's name is Tara, and that's how we say it. And she wouldn't care if I told you that. But I told the chat that. Is it because he likes that music or he thinks it's better for the store? No, it's because he likes it. In the neighborhood that's not the music they're going to listen to here. Trust me. In my neighborhood, it's going to be either rock and roll, old school rock and roll, or country. Because it's highly redneck. So I get the luck. Most people want to call me Becca or just stick with Rebecca. My daughter, whose name Rebecca, she spells her with a K though, is not Becky. I had to have that argument with my dad just after she was born. No, she's not Becky. It's Becca. So, no one calls her Becky, I don't think.
That's who I refer to as Boo. Yeah. So that's why it felt weird for me to actually say the name.
Yeah. Shio says Adele fans fear she's postponing the new album after cryptic comment on Instagram. Music fans fear she isn't. He says I'm definitely not Becky. Yeah. But she says I've been stockpiling music CDs to keep me going during a possible August. So far I have bread, corn, some jam, meatloaf, and plenty of Lou Rawls. Oh Lord
Jesus.
Shio, go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner.
You should just live in the corner.
It did appeal to that dad joke side of me, though. It did. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still wanting. There's a couple. You may not be aware of this because you're not on my streams often, but I've talked about it with the chat before. There's one of my. I think you do know that one of my guilty pleasures is watching these music reaction channels. And they're mostly young people reacting to rock and roll from my era. And some of them are bad. Some of them are just not genuine at all. You can tell it's just put on and, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
And you can absolutely tell that's not the first time that they've heard it.
Yeah. But then there are some that are genuine. And they're being serious and they're being honest. And those are the ones I like. And there's a couple, but there's a couple of young college boys that do it that I've been following for quite some time. And I really like their takes on it. And they take the songs apart, and they have pretty good opinion. They have pretty good. They have a good ability to take it apart and musically say, this is what's right, this is what's wrong about the song, this is why I like it, this is why I don't like it, or whatever. And I don't always agree with their take on it, but I respect their opinion because they're being genuine, you know. And I'd love to be able to get them on here for an interview sometime. But they don't have Twitter, and the only way I can get a hold of them is in their comments, which I haven't got a reply for them, because I have asked them in their comments, or Instagram, and I don't have an Instagram account. I don't want to make a new one just to talk to them. Got enough social media. But yeah, they actually just recently reacted to one of my favorite Sabbath songs, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. And those of you familiar with that song, I was like sitting there the whole time, like, wait till they get to the bridge. Wait till they get to the bridge. There's going to be the stank face all over the place. And I was not disappointed. As soon as it hit both of them, it's just like, oh, God. Oh, had the major stink face. Are you referring to the BuzzFeed reaction videos? No. That, or what's that other channel that does the reaction music, or their top 10s that I always yell at, like, are you kidding me? You're stupid.
Ask Mojo or whatever it is.
Ask Mojo. God, they're stupid. They are absolutely stupid. You know, the only time I ever agreed with them is when they listed Geddy Lee as one of the top bassists of all times. And that was it. I mean, they even said that ZZ Top was an underrated band. Since when? When they first started out, yes. But now, no. They're not underrated at all. They get their props. But yeah, no. These are just individual people. A lot of them, and I don't mean this to sound racist, just the way it is, a lot of them are black. You know, people that grew up with hip hop and rap and other types of music. For instance, there's one of the channels that I do like to watch sometimes called Lost in Vegas. I think you're familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I like them because they're honest. If they don't like it, they'll tell you, I don't like that. You know? But that's what I'm talking about. And there are some out there. There's this one guy, and I can't think of his name because I've never bothered to learn it. Don't care. But every video is the same. No matter what song he's listening to, it's the best thing that ever happened, and he's yelling about it. You know, how great this is. Oh my God. You know, and jump cuts all over the place and stuff. Oh, ugh.
Yep, I can't watch those.
Hate jump cuts. I like, well, the two I was talking about, they have a channel called Alex and Andy. I like that. And I've been keeping an eye on that channel ever since it was just Andy. Alex didn't come in till later. Alex was his friend. So it was just Andy doing reviews in his bedroom. And like I said, I like Lost in Vegas. There's a fellow that older black guy that I like to watch. It's called Soul Train Bro. Those are the ones I really like the most. I will watch other ones sometimes. But those are the ones I watch the most. And just flipping over to my hey, give me Grilling Pirate Pete. He just sent me a picture of what he was grilling while he was listening to the stream. It's a bunch of barbecue chicken, and it looks delicious. And did you make enough to share with the class?
He made enough for me.
Well, yeah. J-Kid doesn't do much chicken. Better than what I've been watching. I've been following Paul Martin and Mink videos. Not sure what those are, but okay. Because they're so freaking cute. Well, if it's cute, then I'm out. I don't do cute. I'm sorry. I don't do cute. That's so.
His association with cute stopped with me.
Right. Been a long time since you were cute. You were a cute little kid. No lie.
I was a fat kid.
You was. Now look at you.
Yep, I ain't gained a pound since.
But you were a cute little kid. But yeah, I don't do cute. Sorry. No, I've been watching the music reactions lately, which I do all the time, and of course Neebs Gaming. I always watch Neebs Gaming as soon as I can, when they come out with a new video. I even watch their podcasts. The occasional Markiplier video, depending on what game he's playing, and if he's playing with his buddies or not. I tend to like those more than just him when he's playing with Bob and Wade. Says, I'll DM you a link for a newer band to check out. Very 90s Seattle. You have to understand, Bloodgen says, I think some snakes and spiders are. Oh, well, if there's spiders, nope. Ain't doing it. Nope. Don't link me, Jen, because I'll block you on Twitter. Do not. Nope. Ain't about it.
Send them to me. I'll forward them.
Don't do it, because he will. Just aggravate me, because he knows how afraid of him I am. Me and the oldest daughter. Whew. No, ain't doing it. But been watching those. Been watching a little bit of Markiplier, Neebs. Also been catching up on some wrestling videos. You know, like where they interview old school wrestlers and stuff. And been watching some of Corny's podcasts.
I love Corny.
Oh, he's something else, man. He is something else, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells the truth of it. And I just actually watched a video. It's been out for a couple of months. It was just right before COVID hit, I think, when that video dropped. But I just came across it where he was talking about the Montreal screw job. And he admitted that it was his idea. First time ever he's admitted it. He didn't expect Vince to take him up on the idea. Vince had challenged him to come up with a finish to a double cross that would be viable, that people would believe. And that's what he did. Of course, Vince didn't pull it off, right? He went the other way and made it to where. And so anyway, Corny's like saying, so me of all people am responsible for the one single event that broke kayfabe worse than anything. It's as if you can imagine that. But yeah, Corny is absolutely hilarious. And the man is always on. I mean, he's just a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Constantly.
He's always been like that, though.
Yeah. Of course, he doesn't live too far from where we do. Just a couple hours south in Louisville. Jen says, well, it was a dead spider. To be fair, they dry out. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. The only thing worse, though, and my wife will pull this on me all the time. The only thing worse than seeing a spider is seeing a spider and then you don't see it. Only seeing it for a second and then it's gone, and it's still in the room somewhere and probably sneaking up on you. Oh no.
I don't know. I've seen you physically beat yourself.
Yeah, I have. Absolutely. If one gets on me,
because
I don't care how big
it on
is. And they do all the time. In like the last month, twice, a spider has come down its web off the ceiling right onto me. Now, why? This whole area on the ceiling, why on top of me?
It knows.
It has to know. It's a conspiracy.
It's a troll.
Yeah. Grilling Pirate Pieces, there's a meme that shows a spider and says, remember when you threw that book at me? So do I. Yeah. Yeah, I swear to goodness, they know that I'm afraid of them. They sense it, and they will come at me quicker than anybody else. And yeah, I will beat myself to death to get one off of me if it's on me.
In
Kyler,
church.
yeah, in the middle of church, yeah. Kyler, well, I'm a lazy slug of bed, just woke up. Well, you are lazy. Boy, I'll tell you what.
I ain't even been to bed.
It'll be good for you to go back to work next week, Kyler. It's next week, ain't it? That you go back. Yeah. Centipedes, I don't particularly like them, but I'm not freaked out by them. It's just spiders. That's it. It's just spiders, you know. And there's other insects I don't particularly care for. Like I absolutely hate wasps, especially the red ones. But I'm not afraid of them. I'll smack them down and stomp on them if I get a chance, but because I don't like them. Golden Pirate says, my mom was terrified of me, screamed for me in the middle of the night to kill one. It turned out to be a screw in the wall. Yeah, well. I'm always like getting up to go to the bathroom and something catches my eye. Like, is that a spider? No, it's just a ball lint. Doggone it. Kyler says, yep, just got the official alert from work. Cool. Good for you. Glad you're going back. Glad you're getting to go back. Is there anything else, chat? Anything you want to talk about real quick before we end it? We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes till we call her a day. And
you can tell we didn't have a plan coming in.
No, well, I never do for this stream anymore. I don't even try because that's what I want. I want it to be organic. You know, I want it to just whatever we talk about, we talk about. You know, I try to steer clear of the political stuff as much as possible. Because I think a lot of you guys are about as tired of it as I am, because we all follow pretty much the same people and we get our fill of it with that.
I've always been full of political stuff.
Yeah.
I follow all the wrong people on Twitter. Because all my online friends are all political or SJW.
Well, you follow Monkey, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then you get enough. Chio says, would you rather fight 100 spider-sized horses or one horse-sized spider? 100 spider-sized horses. Because they're horses. And I don't care if they're tiny. They're not going to freak me out. But I ain't fighting a horse-sized spider, though, because I'll take one look at it and die of a heart attack. Like, right there on the spot.
Horses are friendly. You wouldn't even have to fight those. Try to ride one.
Yeah. A horse-sized spider. Yeah, that would definitely. I'd have a heart attack and die. It wouldn't have to bite me to kill me. I'd just die on the spot.
Yep. So would my wife.
Well, we have something in common, and we could commiserate on that one day. A big one could totally make you dinner. Yeah, Jen, thanks for reminding me. I really don't want to think about that, all right?
A small one could make me dinner.
Yeah. And I've seen the videos of the Australian spiders. Those, what are they called? The huntsmen or whatever. You know, and they catch snakes and all kinds of big stuff and just, oh, no.
Probably the only human alive that Granddaddy Longleg could bite.
Yeah. Grilling Pirate Pete says, woke up with a severe hangover to the sound of my neighbor mowing his lawn. I don't care. He's just going to have to mow around me. The bad thing is, I've literally been there way back in the old days.
Why were you asleep on his lawn?
Yeah.
Sleep on your own lawn.
Yeah. I once woke up under a bush at the University of Indianapolis. Downtown. Yeah. Back in the late 70s, or it might have been the very, very early 80s. Somewhere.
Oh, so right over here.
Yeah. Yep. Prince accused music industry of trying to ram Katy Perry and Ed Sheeran down our throats. I know what I would ram down their throats.
They're all trash. All three of them.
Yeah.
Prince included.
No one says, when I was out in Cyprus with the British Army, I knew a lad. He fell asleep on top of a fence wrapped in barbed wire. He was extremely drunk. I would guess so. If that didn't wake him up, my goodness. I mean, I could understand falling asleep on it and then falling into it, but you would think that would wake you up. Unless his name is Mick Foley and he's immune to it.
He didn't fall asleep. He passed out on that fence.
Yeah. No kidding. There's something just not right about old Mick Foley. Love him. He's a great guy. But there's something not right about him. He just ain't right in the head. But, all right. Well, we're getting down. Yeah, good old Mick Foley. Yeah. And like I said, I was just watching the live, or it was a podcast listening to it by Corny. And he was talking about how when the next day after the Montreal screw job, that Mick actually refused to come in because he was mad about what they'd done to the hitman, and he wouldn't come in. That's just the kind of guy Mick was. And
Mick was a genius.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he had to do to make himself worth it.
Yep.
In the wrestling business.
To get himself over. Yep. And Corny said I was the one that had to go talk him into coming back, knowing that it was my fault. And they sent me to go get him back. So Corny, good grief. But anyway, we're at the end of it. We're at that time where this is where I thank the chat for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, and hanging out and spending part of your day with us, because I know you don't have to. And thank you to those that gave the donations. Appreciate it. It's going to go for a good cause. It's going to go into the Fix My Truck fund, which I have to do very soon because my dad's van has been sold. So I mean, it's still sitting out here, but it's now the property of my nephew. But anyway, thank you for that. And thank you. I know he's not here, but in case he listens back, thank you to Alex, as always, for coming in. I'm not going to tell you thank you because you're my son. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks again for coming out. As for streams, there will not be a stream on Thursday because I do have to work. But I only have to work till noon on Saturday. So depending on how tired I am, there should be a stream on Saturday. Because I should, I do get off in time. But if I'm really tired, I might decide to go lay down instead of stream. I don't know. We'll see when it gets here. But there should be a stream on Saturday, but definitely not on Thursday. But anyway, as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.